Hey yo pretty people, my name is Lexpert, welcome back to Unity SMP. Well friends, in this episode we have a lot of things to do. Particularly those things have to do with the villager breeder, which is that way currently, and which we have basically got walking in the previous episode, and that I got walking properly in between the videos. But before we do all that, we have some other things to do. Namely, Mr. Jim, Dr. Jim, I apologize, who has been kind enough to fix up this little thingamajig and actually get it working properly, as long as it has any actual bone meal in it. Check it out. Okay, come on, dude. Do the thing. See? It's now full automatic. But yeah, has one more beautiful present for us. And yeah, here goes the clips in which he actually gives it to me. Hi. Hi. Ooh. Oh. That is so cool of you. Whoop. Whoop whoop! So, you guys don't really understand probably because I never quite explained it, but this is my Silk Touch pick from the previous episode. That I have lent it to Jim because he's been working on the amazing town hall for the server. Yep. I haven't found any diamonds in the meantime, but I've been looking for them like crazy, and so Jim actually gave me a couple ore blocks to fortune up once I get some fortune on me. And it just so happens that I just bought a Fortune 2 book from a villager trade person. And it also just so happens that I managed to enchant myself a Fortune 2 iron pickaxe for now that I could use to fortune that thing up. So all that's left to do is make an anvil, combine the two together. Where is it? Fortune 2, Unbreaking 3, Fortune 3, ta-da! Grab the newfound gift. And let's see how much we get out of it, right? Boop, boop. I said boop. And up. You're kidding me, right? And second one. Okay, this is fine. This is kind of good enough. Let's settle on this thing. So we now have 5 diamonds to our name and a Fortune 3 iron pickaxe, which we won't have for too long, my friends, because you see, Daphne Melanie was just on the server, and according to our little chat, as short as it was, she needs diamonds, she needs mineage help. And it just so happens that she's the one person who actually contacted me and approached me on Twitter about joining the Unity SMP. So I kinda owe her one. Which is why we shall be given this Fortune 3, now efficiency 4 Unbreaking iron pickaxe to her. Because let's face it, with the mad block luck that I'm having, this pick is way more useful to her than it is to me, which is why we'll call it just simply from Zloy. And here we go, let's go gift wrap it and deliver to her house. Okay, I might be wrong, but that's her house up there, isn't it? I stumbled upon it several times before she released her second episode, and I actually had no idea that it was her house. And I have to hand it to her. It looks absolutely amazing. Alright, now let's see. The upper part is not connected to the bottom one. And the bottom part is down here. And ow, my ankles. Okay, we shall place it right next to her bed. So it's like Christmas freaking day. She wakes up, and then there it is. The freaking pickaxe from yours truly. Okay, now to conduct some sort of a, not conduct, to conjure up, to create, to write down some sort of a message on a sign. May you find many diamonds. There. Yeah. If you haven't noticed just yet from all of my online interactions on Twitter, in comments and wherever, basically this little smiley with the bee is my ultimate signature at this point. I don't know what's about it. I used to always leave like the Zloy hat, the Z and the arrow, the little arrow thing. Nowadays I just sign it with like the semicolon B and it looks pretty cool. Now that we're done being sentimental, it's time to crank it down on the villager breeder.
So, you and your friends are struggling to find any diamonds. Understandable. You of course still want the coolest tools in the game. Do not fret, because Uncle Zloy has just the thing for you, and that thing is villagers. For random trash like coal, paper and carrots, villagers will happily exchange you emerald, which you can exchange at the blacksmith for diamond tools, diamond swords, diamonds, everything except for shovel and pants. And really, who needs pants? It feels better without them anyway.
Alright, so this isn't a new concept, by far. I actually seen it done and very successfully on New Eriador before, and I also used it myself several times in my own Bedrock Edition Let's Play. But the villagers basically have a profession for creating tools out of thin air, and yes, that is basically an exploit. Well, a very tedious exploit, mind you, but an exploit nonetheless. Basically, and hi skeleton, thank you so much for the arrow you just stuck into my brain. Basically, I have started funneling all the babies from a villager farm into the down here. You can see there's not much, but then again I kept losing them while trying to pull them out of the mine and out of the tunnel. And also these two are surprisingly tough to persuade into breeding lately. I might try something new with them, like I might change the configuration here and there, because they seem utterly confused about the actual size of their village, despite me funneling the babies far away enough for them to not consider them a part of it anymore. So yeah, you can kind of tell I'm pretty frustrated with them. They really should be making babies by all accounts, by all mechanics, but they just aren't. And maybe they are having like a little bit of a break, but whatever. One way or another, we have several blacksmiths already. 2 weaponsmiths, in fact. I don't have like just yet enough emeralds to actually buy any diamonds off of them, but, well, not actual diamond, but you know, directly diamond tools. But one of them actually sells nothing just yet, but the other one sells, here it is. Bane of Arthropods 3 diamond sword and an Unbreaking 2 diamond axe, which is the one thing that I won't have to even unenchant. And yes, there is no such thing as unenchanting in the game, in theory. You actually have to, like, if you got an enchantment tool, you cannot just strip it of its magic powers. However, there is a little bit of a trick, where if you have 2 of the same tool, you can fix them like this in your inventory. And if the tool is enchanted, or either of them are enchanted, the resulting tool will not be enchanted at all. That is why you need an anvil to fix up your broken entirely pickaxe. This way you can basically unenchant your 2 Bane of Arthropods swords and then enchant them for 30th level as much as you like. That's a much easier way of doing this rather than collecting enchanted books and trying to apply them to a sword. However, it's still a tiny bit more complicated than just, you know, digging out some diamonds, which once again we have not gotten any luck with lately. One way or another, I need to update this other weaponsmith. We'll see if he has any beneficial enchants on his axe and sword trade, and I still need to get at the very least one of toolsmith and an armorer, also known like armor smith, because that way I will be able to get diamond armor, diamond tools of all kind, and diamond swords for virtually nothing. Basically for paper, wood, coal and iron, which I have an abundance of. Oh, plus we get librarians, which are also very beneficial for our cause, because they give you enchanted books, which is what you really need in this situation. This particular one, the one I'm using for the, you know, as our baby mama, basically, gives you Aqua Affinity, which will be desperately useful in a situation of aquatic update, and also Respiration 1, which is, yeah, of course, not useful at all, but also Depth Strider 2. So for 20 emeralds we can basically have a Depth Strider 3 book, which, once again, incredibly, like, this is oxygen levels of useful for the for our situation. In an aquatic update, Depth Strider 3 boots are a must-have, as well as an Aqua Affinity helmet. So I'm guessing if we do capitalize on this particular guy, it will be very beneficial, and we will be able to provide our town with all sorts of underwater gear. You just wait. Boom. And now that we're done here, ta-da! An enchanted axe. An enchanted axe. This guy actually sells an axe for 9 emeralds, and they are enchanted for sharpness 1, which isn't too bad, honestly. Actually, it is very bad, but however, we can still re-enchant them, as long as we have some sort of experience grinder, mind you. But it just so happens that we do now, because J Animus, or Animus J, or I honestly have no idea how he calls himself in his videos. I'm pretty sure it's J Animus, I can't remember, I actually watched his videos, has a skeleton grinder nowadays. Believe it or not, we too have a skeleton spawner somewhere in the mountains, not too far away from the city, but J Animus has one right inside of it, and it's just sitting there, waiting to be exploited. Not only does that mean that we can enchant our stuff basically for free, as long as he doesn't start charging us with stuff, with like for using his things, but also I think we could potentially work out some sort of a deal with him, so I can, you know, get actual bone meal out of it, because down there, you already probably saw, I already have a farmer, like an actual farmer villager that would happily sell me emeralds in exchange for wheat, meaning that as long as I manage to get him out of that stupid hole, I will be basically rolling in dough.
All right, so we got a business deal going on, don't we, Zoe?
Yep, just been telling my subscribers all about your amazing bone grinder that I have not yet seen.
And I stopped by your villager at the end of my last episode, but I only got a glimpse before I got attacked. I got jumped by a skeleton.
Well, truth be told, by the end of my previous episode, there wasn't much to look at on my villager breeder. It's been kind of barren.
He had a little hut. I saw he had a little hut.
It's not,
and you know, to be honest, my skeleton grinder it's not a whole lot to look. It's not a whole lot to look at right now either.
Hey man, it's called a work in progress. All right.
That's right.
You don't have to feel bad. But one thing I really have to kind of accent and take a look at is your zombie rehabilitation program, which I just realized that I kind of hijacked with my
a little bit. I guess your rehab program. See, it's like a 12-step. Yours was like 1 step.
Yeah,
so these guys, you know, see, look, this is group time right now. We've come in on group time. You see how they're all hugging each other?
Yeah.
They're just reinforcing positive encouragement in each other's lives right now. And so, yeah, I mean, you know,
the method is
my program takes a little bit longer.
Out the hunger.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, when you have when you feel like you have to maul faces, just give somebody a hug.
Right, exactly. Minecrafters are friends, not food. That sort of a thing. We have had a few failures. A couple didn't make it. But you know, we're doing okay with these 3. They're doing good. They're making good progress.
Yeah, see, that's the difference, really. You are running something like a very localized, smallish business. I'm with my zombie rehab. I'm basically running a McDonald's.
Oh, I see. See,
so if any of my villagers suddenly start eating each other, it's kind of, to be expected.
Just out the door, huh?
Yeah. They're not my responsibility once they're fixed, but yeah, I'm here to stare at your skeleton grinder. Because I haven't stared enough in your previous video.
So watch your step down here. It's a little hazardous, okay?
Okay.
And let me make sure if the lights are okay. So let me turn the lights off. So the switch is right here. I gotta move it. This is just temporary. Oh, and there's crazy thunder outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
I actually forgot to tune on my settings back. There you go.
So this is yeah. I mean, this is it.
Oh really? Is this like
right
both
now.
AFK spot and the killing chamber?
Well, with entity cramming, you could AFK right here. But you know, on Bedrock, you can only AFK for so long.
Yeah.
So with entity cramming, they will eventually die. But let me show you something. We did turn off the lights, right? Yeah. Okay. So let me show you something kind of cool. Is that if you open this trap door, they will see you. But if you stand kind of close, which they take a little bit to get up the tube, I'm sure you know. So if you watch, they're gonna try and shoot me right now, and they're just gonna end up shooting each other. See, all the arrows go right over the head back to that wall.
The arrows aren't even like flying; they're levitating into that block.
Exactly. So, see,
so
now
basically, if you just AFK here with this thing open, they end up grinding bones out of each other. But if you actually like actively hit them, you get kind of more bones if you have looting and stuff.
Yeah, especially if you have looting. So, and something else, I don't know if you knew this. This is a bug that's been going. I've noticed it a few times. Is sometimes you can pick up these arrows.
Really?
So yeah, just now. I mean, it looks like I picked them up, but I didn't actually. But one of the times I did it, I ended up with a stack and a half of arrows. So it's every now and then. I'm not sure what it is, but I've noticed it as well when they shoot at me sometimes. That instead of it hitting me, I just pick it up in my inventory.
Minecraft, you're drunk.
Yeah. For reals, right?
Yeah, but anyway...
So back here is the collection point right now, which is very small, and I've just been going through and dumping all the bows on the ground, and I'm thinking of making like a pawn shop kind of a thing for all this used armor. I think, you know, it might be a thing, maybe. But
or maybe you could just smelt it.
Yeah, I could smelt it too. Could do that.
But so you really shouldn't have showed me this, truth be told.
Well, see, here's the thing: is you're a respectable stand-up slime-ish thing.
I'm a zombie man.
Guy.
Like
zombie man. That's what I said. Did you hear something else? Because I totally said zombie man.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely have no problem distinguishing Minecraft mobs from one another.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway,
I did just put on some armor, so you basically don't even see what I am. Yeah, the full reason why I'm here is not even to just grab some experience and run off on you. I'm actually here with a bit of a business proposition, because I do see that you're interested in villagers, if only to feed your rehab patients.
I am, you know, I am siphoning them a little bit, okay? Don't let this word get out, okay? This is kind of between you and me, okay?
So like a leg on the first day.
You can't go cold turkey, okay? You gotta wean them off,
yeah.
You know?
So, and I'm really interested in bones, because bones are bone meal and bone meal are carrot, and carrots are emerald, and emerald, like, yeah, the spice must flow, basically, is my point.
I get your point. I see where you're going with this. So what do you propose, my friend?
I propose we have a little bit of a deal, behind the scenes deal, for like the rest of the server, that is. You get me a dropper of bones.
A dropper of bones, okay.
Yeah, and per a dropper of bones, I get you a villager. To do whatever you want with it.
So basically, 9 stacks of... I should put my armor back on. So 9 stacks of bone for a villager. Do I get to choose the villager?
I don't know, like that really should be kind of decided, but that's the thing. If you choose,
maybe we can negotiate certain ones later on.
Yeah, possibly? Because you see, if you just say I want a farmer villager, then I'll just get you a brown coat one. But if you tell me that, oh, I want a mending one villager who also will trade me, you know, 5 paper per emerald, that's just not possible, and obviously I will have to...
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be, you know, unreasonable, I suppose.
But I think like we could kind of wiggle it around. There is some wiggle room in there, and you know, one board, not all bonds are created equal. So
that is true. That is true. Okay, well, we have a friend, my deal, and as a token of peace, I offer you this stick.
Thank you. I will frame it and yeah, totally not use it to smelt some iron later.
Okay, sounds good.
With that being said, that's gonna be it for today's episode. Thank you everybody so much for watching. This has been Slow XP. Yeah, not much building done this time, but you can believe me, this took a lot of work out of me. Figuring out the villager breeder, trying to funnel them down into the ground. Yeah, basically getting all the exchange materials. Hoo boy, it's been a long night of playing this game for me, and a very long night in front of me too, because I'll be getting right into recording episode 4 just right now. So, to be continued. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do leave a like. If you really liked the video, do subscribe to the channel to see more. And once again, in the description there will be links to everybody else on the server. Check them out, and maybe even subscribe to them. To be continued for now. Have a good one. Bye bye.